Hello, this is Sandy with Sandy's Crafty Creations, and today I'm here to show my most current design team project for Flossie Scrapper using the Graphic 45 Artistic Style Paper Collection, and a lot of fantastic products that you can pick up at Flossie Scrapper's store or online. This is a mini gatefold album. And first I'm going to go over some of the products that are in here to make sure I don't forget. It is made out of black chipboard and black cardstock. I have a little bit of green cardstock inside the book. And again, the Graphic 45 Artistic Style Collection, I did use about 3 or 4 sheets of the 12 by 12 papers, and then the rest of the album was made out of one 8 by 8 pad and one 6 by 6 pad. I also used the pack of envelopes and tags and the 4 by 6 journaling and ephemera cards. I used some of those. The latch on the front here is a Prima metal latch, and I also used Inca Gold's Old Gold Color and Platinum on these metal pieces. The Victorian lamppost and clock are also by Prima, and I did ink them. They come in white, and I inked them with the same Inca Gold colors. I used some Ranger glue and seal and ribbon and lace from my stash. I also used flat back pearls from my stash. The flowers that I used are by Petaloo. I have the Premier Mini Mix in the in green, and then I have the Petaloo Textured Elements in ivory flowers. These are real pretty flowers that you can get at Flossie Scrappers. And again, as I said, let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay, there we go. These are Prima's Victorian lamppost, and they're metal, and they're in this shabby chic collection. This is item number 892449. And I also used a real pretty stamp for my stamp tag inside by Heartfelt Collections, called the Feathered Daisy stamp set. I used one of the stamps for that. I also used watercolor paper to make the tag, and I've used Tim Holtz distressed pens in different colors. On that tag, I also used some Ranger Ink Essential Embossed Clear ink, and also the Wow Black Glitter Embossing Glitter for that particular tag. On my flowers and on different elements in here, I used the Bo Bunny Glitter Paste in the Wasabi Green and Sugar, and those are also available at Flossie Scrappers. I used some black twine, and I had a little bee hummingbird sticker from my stash that I'll show you in a minute. A scallop circle punch, a Wink of Stella clear brush pen, some Tim Holtz black soot distress ink, and I used We Are Memory Keepers Deco corner punch. And I also used a lot of magnets in the large and small, the magnet snaps by Basic Gray, and then a decorative edge punch and a decorative corner punch. There's also some brads in here. I used some small Tim Holtz metal brads for this decorative piece here, and then I used my Big Shot with a scallop die, and there's also the Graphic 45's metal keyhole and a key from my stash, a metal key. And then I've also used a 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch circle punch in different places in this book. Also, I used the 3D lacquer. Let's see here if I've got one to show. A new one without tape on. Anyway, it's 3D crystal lacquer instead of glossy accents, because I really like that to enhance some of this. So now I'm going to go over this real quick. The size of the book is 7 inches wide by 6 1/4 tall, and it is a gatefold. It is a little chunky here because I used a lot of embellishments, so my next one I think I will add a little bit on these side spines so that I can have a little more space in here for closing, but it does close. On the front here, the reason I did a gatefold is because the paper had this beautiful door on it, and I wanted to split it in half, the paper, and put it on the front like a porch, and then added these metal embellishments here from Prima, and these pretty flowers that I painted with the glitter glue. And then I cut out some of the trim on the paper for the peacocks and added some extra flowers and fern and some flowers up here. And all of these are touched up with the 3D lacquer. And then in the design of the peacock, I used some of that Flossie green glitter in here, so it makes it really pretty and glittery. So this latch just flips up here, swings open, and then we have the inside. So I also decorated the inside flaps. Let me slide over so you can see this first one, and I think I have to zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Inside here we have a pocket. I used one of the cards from the ephemera pack to make a pocket, and I made a tag out of some of the decorative paper and added one of the chipboard pieces and added the glitter on that. So that slides in, and this just kind of hangs over the edge. And then I cut this little picture in half, the door, and added inside there some cut out flowers and the little bitty hummingbird from Little Bee that I had in my stash. Can you see if you can see him? So I just like that little element, and then I cut off the prongs off of some Tim Holtz brads and made little bitty doorknobs with that. This flap here on the right side, it is also a tag flip up, so it flips up this way with a photo here and a photo here, and then this flips down so you've got more real estate for photos there. And then this is a pocket here with one of the envelopes, and I made a tag that just slips in there like that. So the pages lap over, so we'll start with the first one here. Now the cool thing about these pages, I did get this idea on Pinterest on another person's site. They were smaller flaps. I wanted the bigger, wider flaps that I could add in these magnets. So these flaps flip open, but also these are tags that come out of the photo sleeves, so you can add photos. I'm not going to pull each one of these out because I want to keep this video kind of manageable. So I'm going to slide this one back in because it becomes part of the page. I created a pocket with a decorative punch and some of the paper, the peacocks, added the glitter, and then this is held in. This all pulls out, so you have the space back here. Now this idea was from Anne of Anne's Paper Creations in Norway. She took this, she had a larger book. I reduced mine to smaller size. But anyway, she took this paper and split it in half along the lines of the houses, and you can open that up so you have a place for a photo in there. It's kind of a secret place. And then I added this sign here and left this open so that when I slide it in, and you do have to kind of work with these peacocks, we don't want to mess them up. This magnet is in this tag, so this will slide in behind here and it will stay in with the magnet. And then I have these loose little tags that I like to just stick down in here behind the sign, and then down in with this one like this. So anyway, you want to just stick them in there, close that back down, and then this opens up. So on the left side here we have a small waterfall, and it has a chipboard piece holding it down to keep it shut. And I've just added some of the ephemera cards, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a place for some journaling here on the final part. And this is not a pocket, this is just some trim that I added. So that lays flat that. So then you slide it over. And on this one I have a little tag that I added in this little booklet that I made with some cardstock and one of the cards, or the cut-aparts, and you just slide that in. Again, this flap slides out the sleeve. This is magnetized. There's a magnet inside of this card. I put the two together. This is a loose photo mat with the magnet that also attaches to the magnet for this flap. And then this magnet sticks right there. And then I just added a belly band out of some pretty lace and pearls that I got at the fabric store. So then this one flips over. And the next page here in the center is a door. And this is also from Anne of Norway. And I just loved how hers looked. Hers was a real large album and door. So I used the same green paper and the idea and did several layering with foam tape to give it the dimension of a door. This is where the metal keyhole is, and attached a key with some black twine. Did some cutouts and added some of the Wink of Stella pin. And so this is held with a magnet, and it opens up to reveal 2 photo mats on the inside of this flap, and a pretty pocket made out of one of the envelopes here. I covered the back of where the magnet is and the metal keyhole with a scallop punch circle, and created this little tag in here with the flowers and the ribbon. And I also forgot to say I used ribbon, snug hug ribbon with that. So that closes up like that and then opens back. This is a plain page. It has the flap with the sleeve that slides out. All of these have a magnet in them to hold them flat. You don't have to use the magnets. I just like the way they hold flat, but you could leave them loose, and this size would lay down good. This is a card from the pack that I used and matted it on some cardstock right there. So it's the side. This side, we'll do this page first. I think we've already gone over that one, yes. This is the tag that I made using the Heartfelt Creations stamp. It's a rubber stamp, and I stamped it with embossing ink. And then I used the Black Wow glitter powder, tapped that off, and then I colored, and this is stamped on watercolor paper. I don't think you can see the texture, but it's a watercolor paper. Then I used the Tim Holtz Distress pens as watercolor and a water brush to get this look, and made this tag. There is a magnet in it, and it's concealed with this peacock here on the back, and there's a magnet on the page, so this just slides into this real short decorative pocket, so you just have to lift up real carefully there and just let that sit there. And then I put a photo mat and just some 2 tags that I glued together for this look. It's loose tags. Now then, this one's a little bit different, and I don't have instructions for this because this is something you have to do with what you have to work with the different papers. But I could measure this out and figure this out. I have 2 chipboard swing tabs here. So on the front here we have the pretty petaloo flowers and one of the cards cut down to make this little pocket for this tag, and then I matted this ABC card behind that, so that slides in there. This swing tab, the brad holds it in, so you have to plan this before you actually put all your paper down. So this swings out so that this lifts up, and I did use the scallop here. So you have a place for photos, and then another pocket in here for some of the tags. So that lays down, and that swings back over it to hold it closed. And then this one swings up and flips open with another card in here and another place for another photo. It's just a fun way to kind of decorate the page and then have some secret places in there. So we'll open this one up. On this page is a deeper pocket that I made, and then I matted it with the peacock paper, and I also did the scalloped punched edge puncher, and then I made 2 booklets in here out of cardstock and used the cards on the front to decorate them. So these just slip in this pocket here. It's a place you could add some loose photos or notes and things like that. And again, I see this page we haven't done. This is just a plain one with the magnets behind the paper and on the flap, and that slides out. And this is a little bitty pocket that I made out of one of the envelopes. And you just slide these little tags in like this, and this is also a little booklet like that. So then we'll flip this one open. So this is where the flap is for this one. This is another page of the houses, but I didn't cut these. This is just a solid piece with a magnet behind it. The flap holds down. I used a chipboard, glued it down onto an envelope for this look, and added some of the flat back pearls and stuck a little tag in the top. So that opens and slides out. And this one has another one of the flip ups with a chipboard swing tab. The Dream tab is attached with a brad, and you swing it up, and this is all magnetized, so this chipboard is glued down, and then another tag with some foam tape and glue, and this peacock magnetized lifts up, place for a photo. This one lifts up, it's got a magnet. We have a little pocket here with a couple of loose tags, and then this one also flips down for more photos in here. So up and down, and then to make sure this one stays, we just swing this little tab over like that and flip that back. And then that's for the last one over here is just another plain page with a magnet underneath. I made a tab out of one of the cards, so this flips up and slides out for more photos. And then on the inside back, I made a flip up. Now this is held with magnets, and I used a row of flat back pearls. I did some piecing of the paper, added some of the black in here, and then a strip of this to bring it in from the earlier, and then I used one of the chipboards to make a tab. This is a little pocket. It has a little booklet here, and then this little tag here, and then this flips up. So you have this tab here. I put two together. I used one and then added paper to get the wording on both sides. And then I have a tab here, and this is a flat pocket. Just some loose photo mats can slide in there. And then this one also slides down, so you've got a photo mat here and more room here for more photos. So when you're folding it up, you close in the back, start on your right side, bring the page in, the next one in, and then start lifting up, bring in, down, so it's right, left, left. So when you get to this point, you need to start bringing the sides in a little bit. And then stick all your little tags and booklets back in. This one goes down, and bring the book together and just latch it shut. And like I said, if I had made these just a little bit wider, probably about a ½ inch wider maybe, I would have had less of this. So I still love it. It's a great project, a lot of fun, real pretty. You can put a few photos in it. On the back, I did use this blue for the background and then did my paper piecing on the front. This has the same on the side. Use this pattern on the back and one of the chipboards that I added 3D lacquer on the flowers around the artisan style. And that's my Gatefold mini album for Flossie Scrapper. And I hope that you will visit Vicky's store, Flossie Scrapper, at Joshua Burleson, Texas, or check her out online. She does have an online website. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.